All right, hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today we're going to decode the world of digital marketing using a really straightforward building blocks approach. Now, you likely already know the basics, you see it every day, but we're going to connect the dots and break down exactly how this entire modern ecosystem actually operates as one unified machine. Okay, picture this. Have you ever been browsing around on Amazon, checking out a specific pair of shoes or maybe a new phone? You might even add it to your cart. But then, you decide not to buy it right then. You close the tab, open up Facebook to see what your friends are up to, and boom, there is an ad for that exact same product staring right back at you. We have all experienced this loop, right? It honestly feels a little like magic, or like your phone is listening to you. But actually, it's just a highly calculated system. So, here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the digital marketing revolution. Second, the core modules and tools. Third, inbound versus outbound strategies. Fourth, career opportunities and growth. And finally, number 5, affiliate marketing and dropshipping. Okay, let's dive right into section 1, the digital marketing revolution, a new foundation. When you get right down to it, digital marketing is simply promoting products or services using electronic devices and the internet. That's it. The absolute most crucial takeaway here is that the fundamental principles of marketing, understanding your customer, offering real value, and building a brand, those haven't actually changed at all. They've just been completely supercharged by software and the internet. Think about it this way. Traditional marketing is a lot like handing out physical pamphlets on a street corner. You are completely geographically limited to whoever happens to walk by. It's practically impossible to track how effective it is, and it gets really expensive. Digital marketing, on the other hand, completely flips the script. It gives you literally a global reach, letting you precisely target a specific user in a completely different country, 24/7, all while capturing real-time data on exactly who engaged with your brand and exactly what it cost you. Moving right along to section 2, core modules and tools, your new superpowers. First off, we need to clear up a massive myth right now. You absolutely do not need to know how to code to do this. You don't need to be some sort of technical wizard. Platforms like WordPress make building a website incredibly accessible to basically anyone. And since a website is your absolute foundation in the digital space, it's a huge relief to know you can build one today without writing a single line of code. So once your website is actually up and running, you've got to drive traffic to it, right? Enter the digital toolbox. The core pillars here are search engine optimization, search engine marketing, social media marketing, content marketing, and email marketing. Let's briefly look at how a couple of these specific tools pull everything together. Let's clarify a critical distinction, the difference between SEO and SEM. Let's say someone types best IIS coaching in Delhi into Google. Now, if your website shows up naturally in the main search results because you've structured your site really well over time, well, that's SEO. That is organic traffic. But if you're sitting at the very top of the page with a little ad label next to your name, that's SEM. That's a paid placement. They both solve the user's problem, but one costs you time and the other costs you money. And when it comes to email marketing, you've got to throw out the whole idea of manual spam blasts. Modern email is incredibly intelligent and, best of all, automated. Here's how it works. You send a welcome email, the software actually tracks exactly who opens it and who clicks a link inside. And then it automatically triggers a highly targeted follow-up offer based entirely on that specific user's behavior. If they don't open it, the system just tries a different approach. It's a system that perfectly reacts to user engagement. All right, now what's really interesting is the strategy behind the tools. Let's look at section 3, inbound versus outbound strategies, the psychology. These two strategies represent two completely different psychological states for the customer. Inbound marketing is like a magnetic pole. The user is actively searching for a solution, and you just gracefully place yourself right in front of them. Outbound marketing, on the flip side, is a push. You are essentially interrupting a user who is just passively browsing online to show them your product or message. To really ground this in reality, inbound is when a student specifically searches for the best engineering college in Delhi. They have incredibly high intent, right? They are looking to make a major life decision right now. Outbound is when someone is just mindlessly scrolling through Facebook and suddenly sees an ad for a 300 rupee t-shirt. They definitely weren't looking for clothes, but because it's a low-cost impulse buy, they might just click and purchase anyway. Understanding which strategy actually fits the product you're selling is the real secret to mastering digital marketing. Which brings us nicely to section 4, Career opportunities and growth, the reward. The demand for digital marketers right now is absolutely exploding. And the reason is pretty simple. Look at this. Between 2009 and 2017, the percentage of global internet users doubled to 50% of the entire world's population. Businesses are desperately trying to reach this massive audience, which creates an endless demand for skilled professionals who actually know how to navigate this ecosystem. And just to ground this opportunity in some real data, 3,820,000 rupees. According to Glassdoor, that is the average yearly starting salary for a digital marketing beginner in India. It's a highly accessible entry point for a lucrative skill that, again, requires absolutely zero traditional technical background to get started. But the core takeaway here is that your career growth in this field scales exponentially, not just linearly. You might start out as an executive, sure, but as you get hands-on experience, you can quickly jump up to managing a team in about 3 years and eventually to a vice president role, directing the entire marketing and sales strategy. As your real-world application grows, your value to a company literally skyrockets. But what if you don't want to work for a company? That brings us to Section 5, Affiliate Marketing and Dropshipping. Be your own boss. First up is affiliate marketing. This is where you earn a commission simply by promoting someone else's product. Imagine a YouTube creator leaving a custom Amazon link for a new microphone they just reviewed. When a viewer clicks that specific link and buys it, the creator automatically earns a cut of that sale. It is a fantastic way to monetize an audience without ever having to create your own product. Then we have the dropshipping model, which is honestly kind of brilliant. Step 1, you create an online storefront on a platform like Shopify. Step 2, you find a supplier with cheap products and you list them on your site at a markup. Step 3, when a customer buys from your site, your supplier ships the physical product directly to that customer. There is no manufacturing, no warehouse storing, and absolutely no shipping of physical inventory on your end. Let's break down the math real quick to show you just how clean this is. Say you source a nice pen from AliExpress for 10 rupees. You go and list that exact same pen on your Shopify store for 15 rupees. Your customer pays you 15, you turn around and pay the supplier 10 to ship it, and you quietly pocket the 5 rupee profit. It's a completely location-independent business model, and it's driven entirely by your digital marketing skills. So, we have laid out the complete framework today. The tools are highly accessible, the strategies are proven to work, and the business models are ready for you. With the global internet audience continuing to surge, the only question left for you is, how will you use these building blocks to reach them? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you next time.